Duct Tape and White Lies. It's a unique title to a new book by Emily Lampkin, who's joining us on the Post today. Thank you for being here, first of all.
Thanks for
Appreciate it. You say this is a woman's practice guide to real life success. And you were at a book signing recently, and you saw women that had come in and, highlighted different pages or dog-eared something or put Post-it notes. But really, there's so many useful tips in here. It's pretty impressive.
Thank you. That's what makes it different from so much of the material out there, is women were saying, I know I want something, but I don't even know where to start. So this is the step-by-step guide you can refer to again and again to get what you want.
Yeah, USA Today's bestseller list. I love that. Congrats. I thought it was great when you say, and I wrote it on here, you may not recognize it yet or admit it to yourself, but you already are a woman leader and likely an extraordinary one. Use that to get what you want. I think we all can think it and feel it. It's asking for it that can be tough, or knowing exactly what to say, or not backing down when someone says no, right? That can be tough.
That is all in the book. You've got it.
I know.
You've got it. But here's what I talk about in there. We need to start asking for what we want. And my secret is start with things that are easy.
Okay.
I'd like to know more about you. That way, when we're asking for $50,000 worth of investment money or a promotion, it's a lot easier to ask.
Yeah. We all know a lot of women are ready to lead. Do we think corporate America and some of these companies are ready to let women lead?
Absolutely. Yes. The answer is yes. Will there always be barriers? Will there always be people with a no? Absolutely. You've got to like you enough to promote you.
Ooh, that's good. Success can be a tricky word too, because I think, sometimes it's not just about the title that you want or that you feel like you need. Sometimes it's just, you want to live a fulfilled life, and that can be successful too. So you talk about that as well.
I do. And when I talk about women being successful, when I was observing women over the course of years and years and what made them successful, I was not focused exclusively on the women with the fancy titles. I was looking at who was thriving in their life. This book is about thriving in your life, how you define success, and you getting what you want, regardless if somebody else thinks that that's what you should have or that's what you should go for.
So is it just about being confident?
It's not just about being confident. Okay. It starts with talking a lot about how you build a message around yourself, how you tell a story, how you understand who your opposition or your competition is, how you communicate with men differently than women. Our brains are wired differently. How we network, and there's no need to have a network unless you're using it to get what you want. And finally, how to get out of our own way. 90% of the time, the person in our way is us.
Oh, I hate hearing that. Yeah, that's tough. Okay, so how do we get out of our way? You've got some tips. One of the ones you mentioned networking now, and it reminded me of what I read in the book. You say go to a networking event, but have a plan. I'm just thinking I'm doing good to get to the networking event, and then I'm not quite sure, you're just kind of saying hi to people and chatting, but you say go in there with a plan because other people are.
Yes. Well, and I live in Washington, D.C., have for the last 30 years, the home of the networking event. I can do 3 or 4 in a night by using the tips in this book, starting with have a plan. It could be as simple as I'm going to meet 3 new people, or I'm going to thank the host so I get invited again. You may be looking for somebody in particular because you're looking for something in particular at that event. It also means when you have a plan, you don't have to go to the whole thing because you've gone in there with the targeted plan, got what you needed, and gotten out. You can still have...
I like that. Get in there, get what you need to get done, and get out because we don't have time to waste. Yeah.
You can still put your kids to bed that night.
Right. Yeah. You also said don't sit by... This is me. You say don't sit by who you would normally sit by. Like I would walk into a room full of people and I'd be like, oh, I know Peggy over there. I'm going to go sit by Peggy. But you say don't do that.
Well, first of all, it's not a networking event if you're sitting by the person you know the best.
But that's our comfort, right?
Yes. I always stretch women. Get to know the person you know the least. Go up and introduce yourself. Especially women. We are incredibly friendly and are interested in meeting somebody new. I often say my ask for a woman I meet like you that I like instantly is I would like to be your friend.
Yeah. So push yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How do we juggle all that? Because I hear push yourself, and I'm like, okay, I'm exhausted. I'm tired of pushing myself.
It is exhausting, hence the title of the book, Duct Tape and White Lies. We do not need to be seeking perfection. It's miserable. It's also unattainable. What we need to know is we are going to make it work the way we need to make it work. We're not going to judge ourselves, and we're going to worry less about other people judging us if we're serving dinosaur chicken nuggets for the 4th time at our house that week. If it means you've got the time to get what you want, then give yourself an atta-girl and move forward.
Yeah, we got to be our biggest cheerleader.
Absolutely.
I know what you're saying. Yeah. You also say invite people, like be bold and just invite. There isn't anyone out there who doesn't at least like to be invited to something.
You're exactly right. Everyone likes an invitation. Everybody doesn't want to come to an event for a number of reasons, but everybody likes to be invited. And that means you've built a relationship there where you can ask somebody for something you want.
Yeah. Don't lurk on social media. What does that mean? I feel like, and do you see all this changing with different generations too? Like what some women should be doing versus what some other women should be doing, depending on, generations or age?
Not really.
Okay.
What I mean by not lurking, in the book, I include a ton of what I call accessories, mini chapters that you can refer back to again and again with cheat sheets, secrets, such as how to say no without saying no. Another is how to give atta-girls. And you can have 1 or 2 that you use all the time.
Yeah.
Put them in somebody's post. Just continue. You don't have to come up with new content every time, but build other people up and be a part of the algorithm out there.
Yeah, I always say you rocked it or way to rock it, or to me, like that's like, yeah, I did. Yeah, we did that. That was great. I feel like that's my go-to because it for me it pumps me up, and I hope it pumps the same person up too, right?
For sure.
Yeah. So find something that resonates with you that you can use for other people.
And that's
too,
on
right?
brand. It's part of your brand now.
Yeah. When it comes to feeling overwhelmed, I think a lot of women are juggling so many different things. We're talking about here trying to make sure that, a lot of it is work related or, making sure you're getting what you want out of work, but it's also out of life too, right? So how do you talk to women about, just not feeling overwhelmed?
I live the same life everybody else does. The vast majority of the women in this country are a full-time caretaker for one or more other humans. I get it. I get how many hours there are in the day and how we stretch them. My recommendation is we have very little discretionary time that is our own.
Right.
We have got to protect it. That's why I included how to say no without saying no, how to get out of a conversation, because we have to protect that time because it's the only time we have to devote to what we consider success.
So true. Okay, I'm curious because I didn't see that part. We talk different to men than we do to women. Well, tell me the secret.
Yes, this is all scientific data. And I tell women, if you're talking to men the same way you're talking to women, you're losing.
Ooh.
We are looking for commonality and consensus. I will use the term we when I talk to you, and a little bit of less braggadocious, what I call Downton Abbey speak with women.
Okay.
With men, you use the term I. You take
I did read that. Yes,
clear credit.
I, yes.
Take clear credit for your accomplishments. They do not find the ball when you hide it. And you can even interrupt them. They don't think that's rude as long as you show respect.
Be direct.
Be direct.
Be direct. Very different. Thank you so much. This is a great book, Duct Tape and White Lies. I love the title, too. Did you come up with the title?
Of course I did. And by the way, makes a great Mother's Day gift, makes a great graduation gift.
Oh, great idea. Emily Lampkin, thank you so much for being with us. Duct Tape and White Lies. You can find it in stores now.